So in my last video, I talked about how Gen Alpha is cooked, which they totally are, don't get it twisted, but now it's time to talk about how my generation, Gen Z, is also cooked. So in the year 2024, the dating scene is pretty rough out here. It's pretty difficult territory to traverse, unfortunately. It is tough out here. And one of the quote-unquote main characters of today's video is a friendly reminder of this. So the internet is full of pretty stupid people. I'm sure that surprises absolutely none of you, but this young woman we're talking about today is on an entirely different plane of existence, at least when it comes to being stupid, right? Like, deadass, my jaw dropped so far to the floor, I felt like a goddamn animated cartoon character. My jaw was about as low as the bar at this point, and all I'ma say is before we hop into this, gentlemen, please for the love of God have some respect for yourselves, and if your girl talking crazy like this, it's time to pack it up. Let's go ahead and roll this shit and feast our eyes on the 21st century dating experience personified.
So, I want to be passed around so bad, but my boyfriend just wants a monogamous relationship. It's 2024. Expecting to be with one person for your entire life is like unreasonable. I'm a young 18-year-old Latina. I'm trying to get my face blasted by multiple men. Like, I haven't even had a quickie in a bathroom stall. I have so much to live for. And you're telling me that I have to stay with this one guy because I love him so much. But there's literally guys out there with 13-inch meats waiting to destroy me. It would just be so unfortunate if I were to go my whole entire life without getting piped by at least 100 different people just to see who I like the most.
All right, let me check my notes real quick. Yeah, wow. What pearls of wisdom. Is anybody trying to really refute that? Let's go ahead and break this down, man. So first and foremost, it's girls like this that are always on one hand talking crazy that they want to be passed around like a goddamn basketball in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And then on the flip side, hop on their TikTok accounts to talk about how much they aren't objects and how men, excuse me, M*N suck. Like, girl, you just outed yourself to the whole entire internet, basically insinuating that you're an official Spalding basketball. And not only that, but you exposed how much of a piece of shit you are in 4K. Like, how are people so stupid to the point where they'll record the video, watch it back, and then say, yeah, this shit fire, and then hit that post button so shamelessly. Digital footprint? Yeah, never heard of her. Like, I can't at all fathom this mindset. Like, if this is how you feel, then why are you in the relationship in the first place? Because not only do you not care about this man literally at all, but you're trying to paint this narrative that he's somehow the bad guy here. Like, my boyfriend is so controlling. He wants to be monogamous. Like, yeah, God forbid he wants a loyal girlfriend in a committed relationship. You know, as a matter of fact, yeah, you toxic fuck. How dare you hold her back from her limitless potential of becoming a meat connoisseur? She's literally the human embodiment of don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. Like she said, bro, you know, how unreasonable. But nah, in all seriousness, I think I'm gonna be sick, you know. It's truly, truly rough out here in these streets. And speaking of limitless potential, can we comment on the fact for a second that when she talks about not having a quickie in the bathroom yet at the ripe age of 18, she immediately follows it up with, I have so much to live for, you know, as if whoring around in a nasty-ass public bathroom is just the pinnacle of human achievement, right? The apex of her capabilities. Like, damn, bitch, that how you feel? You know, no goals, no dreams, no aspirations, that's it? Well, I guess technically she's got aspirations, you know, plenty of those, wanting to be fucked in a bathroom stall, if you feel me. But seriously, the low self-esteem is so evident in just this 40-second TikTok. It's actually insane. Like, how do you just not have any sort of sense of self-image? You know, how is that really the most you think you're capable of? And not only that, but her sense of self-awareness and common sense is literally in critical condition. You know, talking about how she has to stay loyal and in the relationship because, quote, she loves him. Like, first of all, you know, no one said you gotta stay. You know, there's the door type shit. My man deserves better anyway. And second, how can you sit there talking this crazy and genuinely still believe that you've demonstrated even an ounce of love towards this young man when you're so desperate for these 100 other people, at least, according to you, to share their 13-inch meats? And side note, 13-inch meats? Yeah, hold up a second. Thank you. That reminds me. Who who the fuck is in your DMs with 13-inch meats? Drake? Nah, I'm sick, man. To all the gentlemen of the channel, this woman just exposed us, man. It's time for us to pack it up. We'll never be enough, because we ain't packing that 13-inch Jimmy Dean Supreme, you feel me? In 2024, this philosophy is a lot more common, unfortunately. So, if she's acting like this, bros, it's time to move on. Oh, you thought we were done? No. We got more disheartening dating realities here. You're gonna want to buckle up, buckaroos.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
I live with my husband and my boyfriend. Polyamory is the only way we can afford a home. Three's a crowd, but it sure helps with the cost of living. Jennifer Martin says she and her husband Daniel were struggling to pay rent until they welcomed an unlikely new tenant into their home, her boyfriend Ty. Daniel and I definitely struggled financially before Ty moved in. Martin, who hails from Richmond, Virginia, stated housing was particularly bad in this area. Jennifer, 35, and Daniel, 36, married back in 2008 and quickly welcomed 2 children together. In 2015, the couple decided to open up their marriage and try polyamory. 3 years later, Jennifer met Ty, 33, and he quickly became her boyfriend. Became the new favorite. One of the biggest things that stands out to me is that, although yeah, polyamory is pretty fucking weird, I'll never understand this lifestyle choice, but if you're so strapped for cash to the point where you apparently can't make ends meet as far as rent is concerned, why the fuck are you bringing not 1 but 2 kids into the mix? Bringing 2 kids into this world. Like, can anyone help me make sense of that? Because apparently, at least according to them, the prior circumstances were just so dire. It must have been in that stressed out mental state that y'all just simply forgot the old Trojan horse, apparently. Apparently not bad enough to allow 2 kids to enter the mix though, and yet here we are. And I'll get to the whole kid dynamic in a second here, but the second thing here is, can I get a moment of silence for my good friend and brother in arms here, Mr. Daniel himself? Like, imagine marrying the supposed love of your life and then just 3 short years later she all like, honey, I'ma need a boyfriend if we're ever gonna make ends meet. And yes, I'm aware that it could very well be mutual as far as the decision goes, but even if it is, as a man, I'm pretty confident that though they both mutually agreed to it, my dude was no doubt over here looking like this on that oh so fateful day. And not only that, but in defense of my argument, I just can't help but notice that the third party in the mix here is another man. Fellas, it's a woman's world, I'm afraid, and we're just living in it. But I digress. Just before the COVID pandemic, Jennifer and Daniel decided to welcome Ty into their home where he would help split the rent. The trio pays $1,537 a month, with Ty forking out $700 for his share. However, it's not the cost of the rent that's become less of a burden because of the 3-way split. Jennifer and Daniel pay for groceries while Ty covers the cost of utilities and Wi-Fi. He's also become close with Jennifer and Daniel's kids and occasionally pays for their expenses. Jennifer currently works as a freelance editor, Daniel is a private school teacher, and Ty is a bank manager. Combined, they make an average income of about $155,000 and have been able to save for a home together. In December last year, the trio snapped up a 4-bed, 3-bath home for $325,000. I definitely don't think we would have been able to buy a house without Ty, Jennifer told the Post. I don't know almost anyone my own age in Richmond who owns a home. And of those that did, they were in their mid or late 30s before they did. The financial situation seems sad and desperate for a lot of the millennials I know, especially since student loan payments came back. Hold on, wait a minute, maybe this Daniel dude isn't as big of a cuck as I thought. He's definitely a cuck, don't get it twisted, but there may be a method to his madness here, because you see, together, this pair has somehow roped a third party into paying not only their living expenses, but even some of their kids' shit. So like, damn, Ty, I don't know how to say this, bro, but you a victim. Nah, that's crazy. You truly hate to see it. But I also want to touch on their comments about not being able to afford a home any other way. And yeah, I don't know about all that, because if you do a little bit of menstrual math here, the average bank manager in Virginia, where they're from, makes almost $50K a year, and that's on the low end. And collectively, the husband, boyfriend, and wife super trio here make $155,000 collectively. So let's pull out our TI-84 graphing calculators here and crunch some numbers. So 155,000 minus Ty's 50,000 would mean the other two together pull in $105,000. You guys following here? In other words, in what universe are y'all not able to make that work? With all of this polyamorous bullshit, I'm starting to think that maybe Daniel may have perhaps ripped a page out of Boogie's book and spent the money on women of the night, if you know what I mean. But like, honestly, they must be some terrible money managers, honestly, on some Boogie type shit, because how the fuck do you not make $105,000 a year work? All I'm saying is I know people that have bought their own homes with a lot less money than that. Believe me though, it gets even dumber here. So Daniel has a serious non-binary partner he sees once a week, while Ty has a long-distance partner in Pittsburgh and occasionally hooks up and dates other people locally, Jennifer said. I have 2 more casual relationships as well, with a woman and a man who both also date each other. Jesus Christ. We're really happy. We get along great, and my kids are thriving with 3 partners. Hold on. One thing we're not gonna do here is we're not gonna sit here and lie. You know, y'all, if y'all are freaks, you know, if you want to be fucking weirdos, go for it. That's your prerogative. But we're not gonna sit here and lie. There ain't no way that these little kids see a plethora of different men and women coming into their parents' bedroom and not think twice about it. You know, maybe something's up. You know what I mean? There is no way that this is good for these kids and their perception of relationships, their perception of their own parents' marriage. Like, I'm not buying that. Like I said, we ain't gonna sit here and lie to the kids. And another thing too, with so many people coming in and out of this place like a goddamn trap house, just imagine how fucking disgusting that room smells. Imagine how disgusting the bed sheets are. I don't even want to think about it, truthfully. But yeah, that's about it. Thank God that that's all over, because boy, was that a lot to take in. You know, I hope y'all learned something about the realm of modern dating here in the 21st century. It's a pretty rough landscape for sure. I don't know how anyone at this point can find a good woman to bring home to mom when such degeneracy exists. I don't know. I really hope that this doesn't become even more of a norm than it is, because she ends up going on to say like, oh, this type of thing is here to stay, and I really fucking hope not. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like rating, subscribe to the channel for more commentaries just like this. Leave a comment down below. I would absolutely love to hear what y'all have to say about all this. And yeah, guys, catch me being single for the rest of my life, because I don't think I'm built for this shit. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.